Recently, I took to social media asking you guys which was the most challenging part of car cleaning that you just simply couldn't get to grips with. And a resounding number of you said it was the glass. And that's understandable really, because it's one of those key areas where perfection is so crucial, but it seems like it's almost impossible to get right. But don't panic, because I have got you covered, because there is a simple and effective way of getting perfect glass, and believe it or not, it doesn't even include using any chemicals whatsoever. So as long as you follow along to me in this video right now, you're going to be able to get exactly the same results. So what's the secret to getting perfect glass? Well, believe it or not, it's this: a bucket of warm water, a synthetic leather, and a towel. But before you click away thinking you've been clickbaited, I wanted to show you a proven method that I've been using for the past 15 years, and it's never failed me in my business. And there is so many different factors out there that could contribute to you not getting perfect glass at all. Could just be that you're doing it out in the direct sunlight and you're struggling because it's beaming down on you. It could be the type of glass cleaner. You could be using too much product, or you simply haven't found the formula yet. So let's begin. And as always, it's essential to get the car as clean as possible, so a thorough wash is always necessary. And the inside of the glass would definitely be greasier than the exterior, and that's because the inside of the average car has more than 700 different forms of bacteria. Okay, that's enough scaremongering for one day. Let me show you how I get smear-free glass using a synthetic leather. Now what I love about these is their ability to hold large volumes of water. As you can see, that's pretty impressive. So because they have the potential to hold a lot of water, they also have the potential to take off a lot of grease and grime off the glass. And that's what makes these effective when it comes to glass cleaning. So what we're going to do is wring out the leather ever so slightly, and we're going to fold it over 3 times. So once, twice, 3 times. This is going to be holding plenty of water now, so we're going to wipe over the glass in a crisscross pattern. We're then going to wring out the synthetic leather, fold it over one more time, stay with me on this one, then we're going to repeat the process with a crisscross pattern, and then we're going to follow it up with one of these, which is a clean, fresh towel. The first thing we need to do is put down the windows slightly so we can tackle those scum lines around the top edges, and this only applies to cars with door frames. And personally, I feel you should always clean those lines around the edges, especially on the inside, because if you didn't, then the glass would never look complete. So as you can see on the camera here, there's quite a bit of water on this glass, and what it's doing is picking up all the grease or anything that shouldn't really be on there. But if you think about it this way, if you've already washed your car, the outside of the glass isn't going to be too much of a problem. So now we're going to wring it out, and bearing in mind this was the side that we were using, we're then going to fold it over, and it's going to give us a clean side to work with. So we're going to go over again in a crisscross pattern, and as you can see, that glass is almost dry. There's very minimal water, and that's what we're going for here. We're then going to take our clean towel, fold it over, again, same process, and watch. That is beautiful. This is such an easier way, and there's no doubt in my mind that if you follow these steps, you're going to be able to have the same results. It's really not that difficult. But before you cancel your next order for glass cleaner, you may need to consider this. So you may find a couple of scenarios where these synthetic leathers simply will not cut it. For example, if you've got kids sitting in the back of your car and they've got comics that have got a million stickers that come with it, you often find that they get put all over the glass, and that's when you're going to need to be breaking out the glass cleaner, because they're going to be able to cut through that gluey residue. And you will find that with some glass cleaners, they come with protective barriers that enhance the visibility when it's raining, and they also reduce wiper blade juddering. Another common question I get asked is, how on earth do you lean over the car to clean the windscreen? So one thing I frequently see with glass cleaning videos, and I do see this all the time, they say, make sure that you sit on the passenger side and lean over so you can get round the steering wheel. Well, that's all well and good, but this dashboard's bigger than a full-size snooker table. So my best advice for leaning over if you're trying to work around a car, just take my advice, do what works for you. Every dashboard is going to be completely different, and every single person's going to be different. And for someone like me who's relatively slim, I can easily lean over, that's no problem. But for somebody like Eddie Strongman, it's going to be impossible. So as you can see here, I'm performing this in direct sunlight, which for many people is a pet hate, because there's always that danger of getting streaks. But because I'm sticking to this formula, I'm getting crystal clear glass every single time. And by the way, you can still get pretty much the same results with cold water, but you do notice a slight improvement when it's warmer. Just don't use scorching hot water because synthetic leathers can end up smelling funny if left in a bucket for too long. A lot of people ask me, why do I use a towel over one of these glass cloths? Well, this thing's so small, by the time you get around the entire car, it's so wet and damp, you can't really get the glass dry, which means you're going to get smears, you're going to get condensation, and it's just not going to work. The aim of the game here, especially in the winter, is to get the glass as dry as possible. So that's why we're going to be using just one of these traditional towels. Nothing fancy. So I just want to prove to you that this is in the direct sunlight, because I don't think a lot of people are going to believe me, but look. That sun is beaming right down, so we're getting quite lucky because the temperatures are cool, but as you can see, that glass looks beautiful. So let's be honest here, I'm definitely not anti-glass cleaner whatsoever. I just want to be very clear on that because I still use it every single day, but I'm just saying that these have their own place for car cleaning and so does glass cleaner. Now if you're somebody who's just doing maintenance cleans, to be honest with you, this is going to be plenty good enough. I know you may think this method could just be one of those hacks that doesn't live up to the hype, but this genuinely works, and I even got to prove it live on Channel 4. So give it a go and let me know in the comments if you've tried it and if it works for you. And if you want more straight up, tried and tested car cleaning guides, then seriously, what are you waiting for? Smash that subscribe button and check out these 2 videos right here.